see you again. How you doing? It's the summer term. Summer term 2021. Yes, I am really looking forward to this term. I'm not messing about now. Here we are, week one. Yes, we're still virtual for now. So if you are rejoining us this term after an extended break, welcome back. We have missed you, okay? So these next 5 weeks before the half term are gonna be grand, and we've got this brilliant new song to start us off with. Hold Back the River, James Bay. When I move through the teaching of your voice part, you're going to see the lyrics appear on screen, but it may be that you've printed off your own copy so you can make some notes. This hair has not had a cut yet in about 4 months, so enjoy it while it lasts, because I'm going on Friday. Okay, are we ready? Let's get started. Hold Back the River. Beautiful. Okay, this song, there's no soloist, whole choir song, and in this week's video tutorial, we're going to be looking at verse 1, chorus 1 and verse 2. Yeah, that is what we are turning our attention to. The harmony split, you have got a soprano, upper, lower, alto and bass, but for a lot of what we're about to look at, you've got a two-part harmony situation going on. So sopranos and altos singing as one voice, bass and lower altos as another, but it does go into 3 parts and beyond as well. So what I'd love to do is just play that section of the song that we're going to be looking at before we break it on down. So let's have a listen. Quick introduction. We start this song in unison, so the timing of the lyrics will be really important that we all stay together.
Try to keep you close to me, but life got
It's the end of this phrase,
between.
between. Okay, now we've got the 2-part harmony coming in.
Tried to square not being there, but things that I should have been.
So we now go back into unison, I think.
Hold back the river, let me look in your eyes. Hold back the river so I
Ooh,
can stop
harmony.
for a minute and
So
see
dynamic,
where you
it gets a bit
hide.
louder.
Hold back the river,
And it
hold back.
Softens right down before we go into verse 2, which is different.
Once upon a different life, we
More harmony.
rode our bikes into the sky.
Into the sky.
But now
And some changes in rhythm there.
against the tide, those distant days are flashing by.
Boom, there it is. That is what we're looking at for today. So we're going to carry on now and have a look at what your voice part is doing. Lower altos, top of the song, verse 1. And we are singing with the bass. And we're kind of sitting in the tune pocket for this first line. Bear in mind that because of the song and the key that it's in, we're catching some lower notes, right? But nothing we can't handle. And especially this first one, it's just sung very softly. So you have an introduction and then we're straight in with try to keep you close to me. Let's just try that together. So it's kind of, you're just clipping the lyrics a little bit. 1, 2, 3, 4. Try to keep you close to me. Great. Next line. But life got in between. Which is the timing of those last few lyrics. But life got in between. We are also catching the T on but. But life got in. Softening the T on the got. Between. That full line, we've got 2, 3, 4 times. Try to keep you close to me, but life got in between. It's just mellow, this song at the beginning. Be careful as well not to accidentally or subconsciously add extra notes. So what we don't want is try to keep you close to me, because that's kind of, I think that's very much how James Bay, the person who wrote and performed this song originally, that's how he delivers it. So we want to be accurate in the landing of the notes. Try to keep you close to me, but life got in between. Lovely. Next line is when the upper altos and the sopranos join us. Bass and lower altos, we're still together, but this is where we just tweak our melody line to make it more of a lower harmony. It's the same starting note and same kind of rhythmic sequence, but notes are a bit different. So try to square, you hear how you're dropping down on the two. Try to square, not being there. Rhythm is the same, but we've created this new sequence of notes. Just try that with me. Try to square, 2, 3, 4. Try to square, not being there. Have a listen. But think that I should have been. I'm trying to get you to sing even lower. Should have been. Can you hear it kind of? We are sitting in a slightly lower point in our range there, lower alto. So don't try to compress around the voice. Just sort of let it sit in this. My larynx is sort of really, like I got to the end of a yawn. So if we try those first two lines, got this introduction. Ready? And try to keep you close to me, but life got in between. Try to square, not being there, but think that I should have been. And that is verse 1 done. It is short, it is sweet. Okay, so before we have a look at the first chorus, let's give it a whirl singing with the track. Bit of guitar, electric guitar at the beginning, and it's sort of laying down the rhythm of the lyrics really here, isn't it? You can kind of hear the same pushes. 2, 3, 4. Try to keep you close to me, but life got in between. Same starting note. Tried to square, not being there, but think that I should have been. In that second line then you hear how the harmony comes in when we just tweak. Tried to square. That's it. Verse 1. It's over before it started. Must mean it's time to have a look at chorus 1. Let's go. First chorus, just like verse 1, it's pretty short, and we're still sitting in these lower notes, and we're still singing with the bass. And I'd say in our first chorus, we're catching the main tune as you may recognise it from the original. We've just sung coming out of verse 1, but think that I should have been. Hold. We're just creeping back up from there. Been. Hold. In fact, everybody, the whole choir is going into chorus 1 in unison. Be aware of the breath, the type of breath that you take before hold. Make it a quick one. Hold, hold, hold. Because it's just, you're just nudging through that note. Have a practice of that. So you've just done should have been. Have a listen. Hold back the river, let me look in your eyes. Hold back the river so I. That is all kind of mostly unison. But when we get to the so I, upper altos and sopranos take the note upwards. So it's just feeding through a bit of harmony. Yeah, once again, from hold back, 2, 3. Hold back the river, let me look in your eyes. Hold back the river so I. One more time, 2, 3. Hold back the river, let me look in your eyes. Hold back the river so I can stop for a minute and see where you hide. Remember how I was saying about you got some low notes? It goes really low. How low can you go on? Can't stop. Can't, not can't. You've just done hold back the river so I can stop. Can't. Once again, particularly the female lower altos, which I think is quite the majority of people. It doesn't matter if it's really breathy. You're not trying to get a fully formed sound. Can't stop. And again, it's this kind of, hello, I just feel like when I talk like this, I become this alter ego. If you've ever watched the IT Crowd, Noel Fielding, I can't remember his character's name, but he's this weird sort of gothic vampire that just they discover randomly lives in the stationery cupboard, and he kind of talks like that. Can stop for a minute and see where you hide. Hold back the river. Let's just try those notes. And it's the rolling on of so I can stop for. Yeah. So top of the chorus. Hold. 1, 2, 3. Hold back the river. Let me. No. I'm too distracted by thinking of Noel Fielding in the stationery cupboard. Hold back the river. Let me look in your eyes. 1, 2, 3. Hold back the river, let me look in your eyes. Hold back the river so I can stop for a minute and see where you hide. Hold back the river, hold back. Just rolled on there. Hold back the river, hold back. Every time you're singing that word, that lyric, hold, think about the fact that you're wanting to convey an order. Do it. Hold back. Oh, I get a real pop on the microphone. That's when I know it's working. Hold back. Hold back. If you were singing with the hand in front of your mouth, you'd feel the breath hitting the palm. Dynamically. And that's it. That's chorus 1 done. You're thinking, oh, come on, we're going to finish early at this rate. Dynamic is really important to think about in this chorus. We've started in verse 1 softly. We sing out a little bit more when we get into the chorus. Hold back the river, let me look in your eyes. Hold back the river so I. That's the bit where we get harmony. Can stop for a minute and see where you hide. We've elevated. This point we've elevated in the volume. We're still up. Hold back the river. That final hold back as the tail end of chorus 1, we need to, everybody, the whole choir, we need to soften right down. Hold back the river, hold back. It still has that sort of same earnest, pleading feel to it, but it's just softer. This is what a chorus sounds like, chorus 1. 1, 2, 3. Hold back the river, let me look in your eyes. Hold back the river so I can stop for a minute and see where you hide. Hold back the river, hold back. Yeah, you can hear that last hold back really kind of put a bit more breath through it. Okay, you know what comes next, or maybe you don't. We're going to sing it with the track from the top, verse 1 through chorus 1. So bass and lower altos are in, singing softly. Try to keep you close to me, but life got in between. Same starting note, but we changed the melody line. Tried to swear not being there, but think that I should have been. Into chorus 1. Remember the breath?
Hold back the river, let me look in your eyes. Hold back the river so I can stop for a minute and see where you hide. Hold back the river, hold back.
And that is reflected, that dynamic we talked about, that is reflected in the way that the downloads have been recorded. So always be mindful of when you're practicing with the downloads, when you get them, that you're hearing the louds and the softs as well. So important. Great, well done. Let's have a look at verse 2. Welcome to verse 2. No altos. Unlike in verse 1 where we just sing with the bass, we kind of like to mix it up a little bit. So we start out sharing the notes with the bass, but then we jump across and try and emphasize singing with the upper altos. But there's also even a moment, albeit one note, where you do completely your own thing. It's very multi-layered. We've just come out of the chorus. Hold back the river, hold back. That softness has come out of the end of the chorus. And we all just wait for one bar before once upon. And that push of rhythm is the same feel as verse 1. Once upon a different life, we rode our bikes into the sky. That rhythm at the end, into the sky. And this in verse 2, it's like the sun is kind of rising a bit more in the song. So there's more harmony. There's even a difference in rhythm across the voice parts. And the lyrics are very nostalgic and kind of quite romantic imagery. Sort of once upon a different life, we rode our bikes into the sky. Sort of imagine this sort of other time with a real fondness. I've got really deep all of a sudden, haven't I? So if we just drop straight in from verse 2, lower altos. Once upon, kind of sounds very much like something we've done before. Have a listen. It's where you go to next. A different life. You reach up to some high notes. Once upon a different life. Try that with me again, and you're sharing that phrase with the bass. 2, 3, 4. Once upon a different life. Yeah. From there, same note. We rode our bikes. This is a transitionary moment where you break away from the bass because your line is still ascending. We rode our bikes. Do you remember I said about that one note that is different between you and the upper altos at this point? They are our bikes. We are our bikes. On the word our. Of course, we'll look at this in the live zooms, and you'll hear those two harmony parts isolated together. But just FYI, we rode our bikes into the sky. From there, we rode our bikes into the sky. Okay, so that whole first line we got once. I feel like, look, it kind of looks like I'm not making this easy on myself. It's not a special technique, it's just the microphone stand is really awkward today. Okay, 2, 3, once upon a different life, we rode our bikes into the sky. Sing it with me again, once upon a different life, we rode our bikes into the sky. I will, I think, eventually just rejig where this is placed. You can tell I've had a break. Just sort of shaking off the cobwebs. Once upon a diff, we rode our bikes into the sky. let's have a look at the next part and the last part of verse 2. These verses and choruses so far are really brief. So you have this kind of movement of chords. Now you'd expect, but now, yeah, it's the bass that are driving through the normal starting point of the next line. Lower, upper, altos and sopranos, we are coming in afterwards, landing with the lyric now. We don't sing but. So what we hear from the bass is, but now, now, but now, now. Yep, that's the timing difference. And this time, lower altos, we are together with the upper altos. So you hear the bass sing, but now, now. That's the interval difference. But now, now we crawl. So from there, now we crawl against the tide. That line again. Now we crawl against the tide. One more time with me. Oh, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. Now we crawl against the tide. Those distant days are flashing by. I just kept going. Those distant days are flashing by. I sometimes trip up over the slight altering between different lives and those distant days. Different first, distant second. So remembering the kind of slightly held back entry of that second line. Now we crawl against the tide. Those distant days are flashing by. Try it with me. So you've just come out of the line bit before we've sung. We rode our bikes into the sky. So the bass would start. But now we crawl against the tide. Those distant days are flashing by. And dynamically, we're just singing out more. Verse 2, yeah, the sun has risen a bit more, so it's got more, so I say joy, but just dynamically. Louder, please. The whole thing, verse 2. Once upon, let's try it. 2, 3, 4. Once upon those different lives, we rode our bikes into the sky. But now we crawl against the tide. Those distant days are flashing by. And even now, I think I sang those different lives. No. Once upon a different life, singular. For my sake, let's do it again. Once a diff. Remember that kind of tweak in the notes? 2, 3, 4. Once upon a different life, we rode our bikes into the sky. But now we crawl against the tide. Those distant days are flashing by. And again, the end kind of phrases of the first and second line in verse 2 are not long. Into the sky, off, are flashing by. We're not holding on or sustaining. Short. Great, okay. Let's try singing, just dropping in with the track, I think, because it's important for us to get used to hearing the other voice parts, because for the first time we're singing against other harmonies, more than just two parts. Here we go. So this is chorus 1. Dynamics come down. Little 1 bar of instrumental. Ready? Once.
Once upon a different life, we rode our bikes into the sky.
We wait.
Now we crawl against the tide. Those distant days are flashing by.
Cracked it. Week 1, we're already winning. Okay. And then you can hear it sort of about to go into chorus 2. But chorus 2 is for another week, everybody. Lower alto stem. Let's sing together now with the piano, everything we've got, and then with the track. I've moved my microphone. Hopefully you can still hear me. We're going to go from the beginning, playing the introduction. I think it sounds a little bit like This Is Me. There's something about the chord movement. Tried. Ready?
Try to keep you close to me, but life got in between. Try to square not being there, but think that I should have been. Chorus. Hold back the river, let me look in your eyes. Hold back the river so I can stop for a minute and see where you hide. Hold back the river, hold back.
Little instrumental. Once upon
a different life, we rode our bikes into the sky.
Wait.
Now we crawl against the tide. Those distant days are flashing by.
The background's going a bit funny. Hopefully that wasn't distracting. Lovely. Let's carry on. Straight on now. Same again from the top with the track. Move my mic again. It's an obsession. Can't stop. Soft. With the bass we sing. Try.
Try to keep you close to me, but life got in between. Try to square not being there, but like you think that I should have been.
Almost with the lyrics.
Hold back the river, let me look in your eyes. Hold back the river so I can stop for a minute and see where you hide. Hold back the river, hold back. Once upon a different life, we rode our bikes into the sky. Now we crawl against the tide. Those distant days are flashing by.
Bye-bye.
Hold back the river, let me look in your
A
eyes.
little preview. A preview of chorus 2, which you can hear. The sun has continued to ascend into the sky because it's really that much bigger in sound with harmonies galore. And relax. Well done, lower altos. I hope you agree, not too complex. You just need to help me not trip over the lyrics and remember when I'm singing different or distant. So now I'm just going to summarize any movements that we may have so far, and then I'm going to conduct the whole choir. I've missed this. Very, very, very quick movement summary. I'm just going to play on the track. Introduction, you're standing still. Try it with me now. Get up off your feet. We keep standing still, bass and lower alto start.
To keep you close to me, but life got in between.
We'll continue to stand still, upper alto sopranos joining us.
Tried to square not being there, but think that I should have been.
Chorus 1, still standing still.
Hold back the river, let me look in your eyes. Hold back the river so I can stop for a minute and see where you hide.
All right,
Hold
going
back
into
the
verse
river,
2,
hold
we step
back.
out from once, 2, 3, 4.
Once
So we've got this kind of fairly quick moving sway. 2 halves of the choir.
Rode our bikes into the sky. But now
Yeah,
we
the sway keeps going.
against the tide. Those
As we go into chorus 2,
days are flashing by.
we bring in a double click.
Hold back the river, let me look in your eyes. Hold
I know we haven't looked at chorus 2 yet, that's for next week, but it's worth mentioning that coming out of that sway in verse 2, you will be going into a double click. So direction of your sway, upper altos and sopranos, when it happens, you're stepping up with your left foot and shoulder, lower altos and bass with your right. Okay, and that's it. So let's give it a try now with me conducting you, singing your part, and if you want to, have a go at putting that sway in. All right, off we go.
Try to keep you close to me, but life got in between. Tried to square not being there, but think that I should have been. Hold back the river, let me look in your eyes. Hold back the river so I can stop for a minute and see where you hide. Hold back the river, hold back. Once upon a different life, we rode our bikes into the sky. But now we crawl against the tide. Those distant days are flashing by. Hold back the river, let me look in your eyes. Hold back the river so I can stop for a minute and be by your side. Hold back the river, hold back. Hold back the river, let me look in your eyes.